Good afternoon and welcome. My story is not over yet. My name is Paula VanGuilder. I'm the founder of PA's Way, Stop the Stigma with Mental Health and Addiction. Time to educate. I am thrilled to welcome with us today Bob Brousseau with Sleep in Heavenly Peace, Chittenden County, Vermont. I had the pleasure of meeting Bob and his partner at our first annual event last November for PA's Way. Good afternoon, Bob, and welcome. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Nice to see you again. And he took a long drive down here from Jericho.
Yep.
So, Bob, I have some questions because I'm excited with everything that you do, and I just want people to love you as much as I do. So, explain to me what you do, what you provide.
Basically, we're a nonprofit organization that builds beds for kids. No income required, just a need. If there are people out there that have kids sleeping on the floor, on blankets, couches, futons, broken down beds, and they need a new one, that's what we're here to do. We basically try to involve the community to sponsor bed builds. And so we will get a business or an organization or a church group, and we will invite them to our builds, and we will do an open volunteer build. So we just invite anybody in the community that wants to stop by and see what we're doing. And we just show them, we take a pile of raw lumber from one end and run it through all our stations, and out pops a bed. And then we'll trailer them, bring them back home, and then wait for requests to come in for kids that are needing beds.
Nice.
That's kind of it in a nutshell.
Yeah. What made you get into this?
Well, it was the original show that I saw was a micro production on Facebook. It was called Returning the Favor. And he did a piece on this gentleman in Idaho, Luke Mickelson. And he started out as a church project. And he built a bed with his kids to give to a local family. And he had some leftover lumber. And he decided to get his kids involved, get them off their electronics. And they built a few more beds. And then they said, well, what are we going to do with them? And so they listed them for free, and they got hundreds of requests for them.
I love
and
that.
So something went off, and he goes, I may be onto something, And at that point, with the show that Micro did, he had like maybe 7 or 8 chapters locally from where, around his area. And then when the Micro did the podcast, it jumped. They received hundreds of requests for people wanting to build chapters. Right now, we have over 300 chapters in pretty much 45 states, I believe. And awesome. We have several chapters in Canada and some even down in the Bahamas.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. That's cool.
Possibly one coming up in Hawaii.
Oh, that's awesome. What we are going to do is Bob actually sent in a short little video. So you're going to take a little peek at the video. And I'm even trying not to cry, even telling you about it because... Sorry. It's explain it. It's little kids getting off the ground.
Yeah, it's basically it's a little short video that a mom took after a delivery to her two kids. We delivered the beds, and they weren't there for the delivery. I don't know why, but she said that she was going to take pictures, which most clients do after the bed delivery because we love to, see the happy kids in the bed. And she ended up sending this video to us and stuff, and it's like every time we see it, we start crying.
Oh yeah, I'm
it's
like,
just
how excited they are.
Builders.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you.
No, go in.
My bed. My bed. My bed. Oh my God, so pretty. Thank you. Thank you. It's in my bed. Mom, what is this?
It's a pillowcase. You like it?
Thank you, builders. Thank you, builders. Thank you, build my bed.
And that is the biggest thrill of what we do. I mean, we love meeting people at the builds and stuff and developing relationships. We've made a lot of new friends by doing this, but the big deal is delivering to see the kids,
that's
really
the ending
appreciative.
product. Yep. How many beds have you made year to date?
I think we're roughly close to 1,300 beds that we've delivered. We have an inventory of probably 30 or 40 beds now, but
That's awesome.
we have 2 builds scheduled for September. We have 2 more builds in October, one in November. So this year has actually been astonishing, the amount of community people that want to help us. I don't know if it's a result of everybody coming out of COVID,
Yeah.
but this has been our best year for.
Or because it's an amazing thing and it's touching
Yeah,
everybody's
that
heart.
could be,
So,
yeah.
and, you
Yeah.
know, how many volunteers do you have, would you say?
On an average, we will have anywhere between 20 and 40 volunteers that will show up at a build.
Nice.
You know, just depending on the time of the year and vacation schedules and stuff. But I mean, we've had as many as 50 to 100 people before, you know, at some of our larger builds. We will just try to tailor it depending on the size of the build, you know, that the client, you know, prefers. So
Right.
we might limit it to 40 or 50 people, but we've actually not ever done that. We've just, come on, you know, we'll try
Yeah.
to keep you busy and stuff. If not, you can just stand around and, you know, ask us questions or watch,
Yep.
you know.
Hang out.
Yep.
We, I do know, actually donations are a huge part too. I just saw a clip from yours. I believe it was Pomelo and Lowe's. Am I right? They did one to help contribute to your last.
Our last build was
Yeah.
sponsored by the Pomelo Agency. Yep.
Yeah, which was awesome.
And Lowe's is basically our biggest sponsor throughout the whole corporation.
Yeah.
In the past 2 years, they've given over $2.5 million
Which is awesome.
to SHP,
Yeah.
which then filters down to all the
Yeah.
chapters and stuff. It's not like they keep the money and we don't get any part of it. I
Right.
mean, anytime we need help with, you know, either buying bedding, mattresses or lumber and stuff, each chapter throughout the United States can get up to $8,000 a year
Right.
from those Lowe's donations.
Which I think is awesome. We actually have a donation for you. I did send something a while ago. I think I sent a blanket and some stuffies,
Yep.
but we have more stuffies.
Nice.
So, because nothing like having a bed with your stuffies, especially with little ones. And you sent me a picture, and the little girl was hugging a teddy bear that we had donated, and it was just awesome.
Thank you very much.
Oh, absolutely. Do you have any closing remarks? Any idea, like having people, because I know one thing he's asked me before, Paula, would you be interested in starting something down here? And I thanked him for asking me, but at this time I don't have the time. But if there is somebody that wants to start something down
Absolutely.
here, he's your guy.
Yeah, we're right now we're the only chapter in Vermont, and it's tough because we want to be able to help more people, but you know, with fuel prices the way they are and lumber, everything is exponentially gone up, and
Yeah.
so we would love to have a chapter down south. I mean, we will
Which would be needed.
Yeah, we will. We have come down as far as Rutland
Yep.
and Castleton, you know, for people that are really in need and that they don't mind on our waiting list and stuff.
Yeah.
But, if we could develop a chapter down south and even a little further up north too.
Yeah.
I mean, the more chapters we have, the more people, you know, kids.
Yeah.
As an organization worldwide, they've delivered since 2012. They've delivered over 100,000 beds.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yep.
And once you'll see the video that's going to be on before this, and just to see those little smiles. Even the mamas, you can hear the mamas, excuse me, how excited they are.
Yes.
It's an awesome program. So I want to thank you so much for taking the travel down here. That means a lot to me, and you're awesome. And this year, we are going to have our second annual fundraiser, which will be held November 2022. We're going to go actually live, which we will have a live auction with music, crafts, and items that will be auctioned. So contact me if you are interested in performing and what you want to add to our auction items. And proceeds for this event will be distributed for PA's Way. Savita, which is an opioid and alcoholism addiction treatment facility located in Springfield. And I would like to include you for donating for Sleep in Heavenly Peace by purchasing linen, bedding, and stuffies, which they always need. So I want to thank you, Bob, so much
Thank you,
for
Paula.
currently taking the journey to travel today and appreciate all you do. And please feel free to reach out to me at paulavanguilder@gmail.com. And my story's not over yet. Breaking the stigma with mental health and addiction, it's needed. very much. Have a good day.